I think God, it's evident to me that God puts us in places in life for our good. This morning was not easy. I don't know if I said it clearly, but the plan all along has been that Jethro and I would go back together. Um, he's got a heart for Molly more than some of the other kids. He's old enough to be helpful. He has no other responsibilities, and above all, Heidi and I thought it would be really good for Jet to get to go back to Molly. He was really starting to enjoy some of the men there, being a part of sharing the gospel with people, um, and then day before yesterday, Heidi was doing some paperwork and said, "Is Jethro's passport gonna expire this next month?" And I said, "No, I checked it. I think I checked the visa. I don't know. His visa's good, his passport's not." And we spent the morning trying to work it out. That's gotta be. There's a fire over there, so hopefully you can hear me over the helicopter. And here's, the Sermon on the Mount. Wow.
Should I pause it?
Maybe you should film it. Here it comes.
Okay. Now we're all dizzy.
Things like large fires remind you about God and eternity and what it means to be a good father and be good to his children. Matthew 7:7, towards the end of the Sermon on the Mount. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open for you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, it will be open. Or which of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? I don't know that I ever exactly asked God. I don't know that Heidi and I ever exactly prayed, "God, please take Jethro to Molly," or anything like that. But we just had such a heart level feeling and conviction that this is a good and a right thing. And he may still. But I think the circumstance of life, in light of the truth of Scripture that I've been reading here, makes me think more than the tempting thought that God gives me what I ask for. And we've all tested it, right? I think it's evident in your experience, even if you're a new believer, that God is not there to do your beck and call. But he is a good father. I think the thing I thought was the inverse. What if my son asks for a serpent? What if my son asks for a scorpion? What if my son asks for a rock? Which that one actually is pretty vivid. Drisa and rocks he has a magnetic draw to rocks, and then they tend to fly from him towards other things. I trust entirely, according to the Word and all of my experience and the Spirit testifying in me, that God has good things for us. I hope that Jethro and I get to do this together. I was hoping that I would get to be at a friend's marriage, but I know that God does it for the best, and may we all encourage one another that everything here is God working out the best things for his children and his love for us. And maybe somebody will get to know him, Maybe him moving me in certain ways to certain places with or without Jethro will open the door of understanding for one of his children to know who he is and to become his child.